Hi. In this tutorial, I will guide you through the process of setting up an AIR SDK project in VS Code. If you're all set to unlock the power of AIR SDK, let's dive right in. To get started, we'll first need to download and install Visual Studio Code. Click on the official website link. Choose your operating system to start the download. Once the download is complete, open the installer and follow the on-screen instructions to install Visual Studio Code on your system. The installation is now complete. Click Finish to launch VS Code. Next, we need to add the project folder to the VS Code's workspace. Before we do that, let's first create a project folder. Let's name the project Hello World. Now, let's return to VS Code and add this folder to our workspace. Next, we'll create a new folder called src. This folder will serve as the source directory for this project, where we'll store all our ActionScript files. Let's save the workspace. Inside the source directory, let's create a new file named main.as. This will serve as the main class of this project. .as is the standard file extension for ActionScript files. By default, VS Code does not support .as files. To enable language support for ActionScript files in VS Code, we need to install an extension. Click on the extensions icon. Next, search for ActionScript and look for the extension ActionScript in MXML, developed by Bowler Hat LLC. Select it and click Install to add this extension to your VS Code editor. Now, in the Project Explorer, select main.as file. Check in the bottom right corner of the editor. You'll notice that the file type is indicated as ActionScript. Next to the file type, you'll notice a message saying No SDK. This is because we haven't added the required SDK for compiling this ActionScript project. Yes, in our case, it should be the AIR SDK. Let's install it and add it to this project. Open the browser and search for AIR SDK. Click on the link which says, Download AIR SDK 50.2. At the time of making this video, the latest version is 50.2. There are a couple of ways to install AIR SDK on your system. You can download the SDK package directly from this website, or use a tool called AIR SDK Manager. To download the SDK package from this site, simply accept the AIR SDK license agreement terms, and select the full SDK package with new ActionScript compiler, based on your respective operating system. Once the downloading is complete, just unzip the package into a folder. For this tutorial, I am going to use the tool, AIR SDK Manager to download and install the latest SDK package on my system. Open a new tab in the browser and search AIR SDK Manager's GitHub page. Click on the GitHub link to open the page. Please note that all the links used in this tutorial will be added in the descriptions below. There are 3 releases for the tool. Click on +2 releases link, and download the latest release, based on your respective operating system. Once the downloading is complete, open the installer, and follow the on-screen instructions to install it on your system. After the installation is complete, launch the AIR SDK Manager app. AIR SDK Manager provides control over all the installed SDK versions on your system. Let's select Install SDK and choose the latest SDK version. At this point, you'll need to specify the installation location, where this version of the SDK package will be downloaded, and unzipped. Oops. It seems there was a hiccup with the location. My oversight, I forgot to mention the root folder, where all the SDK versions will be neatly organized in separate directories. No worries though. Simply click Browse to select the root folder location. Then, proceed by clicking Install SDK, and repeat the earlier steps. Notice that the folder name for the SDK package is now automatically included in the path. Where AIR_SDK is the name of the root folder, and AIR SDK _50.2.3.5 is the name of the folder, where SDK package files, for the version 50.2.3.5 will be stored. Simply click Install to initiate the installation process. This process will initially download the necessary SDK package, and subsequently install it. Once the installation is complete, return to VS Code, and then, select the No SDK tab located at the bottom right corner. Select Add More SDKs to this list option, and select the root folder of AIR SDK. In my case, it's the folder with name, AIR_SDK. Once again, select the No SDK tab, and this time, you should see AIR SDK 50.2.3.5 listed in the options. Click on it, to add it to our project. And then, check at the bottom right corner to ensure the AIR SDK version is correctly displayed. That's it. We have successfully set up AIR SDK for this ActionScript project. Now, let's dive into coding. Before we begin, let's quickly check if a debugger is available for debugging ActionScript code. Simply click on Run, and then, select Start Debugging. Seems like we need to add another extension for debugging ActionScript. Click on Find ActionScript extension button, to search the marketplace for one. Let's change the search term to SWF Debugger, and see if it lists any. There you go, select the one that says, Debugger for SWF, developed by Bowler Hat LLC. Let's install it. Now, let's try to debug this project again. Select SWF as the debugger for this project. We have not yet configured our project for debugging. Let's add it now. Go to Run, then select Add Configuration. This will generate a launch.json file within our project, containing the necessary debugging configurations. Again, select SWF. It appears this configuration is incomplete. There should be attributes for specifying our project's main class, and defining the location where the output file should be saved. Let's go back to the extension page, and check the details section for additional informations. It seems that we need to include another file, asconfig.json. Let's scroll down for further details. With asconfig file, the debugger can automatically detect the runtime, locate the compiled SWF file, find the application descriptor, and even determine whether the project targets desktop or mobile platforms. To integrate this into our project's configuration, we must add the pre-launch task attribute to the configuration file we recently added. Let's copy this line, and add it to our launch.json file. Next, let's learn how to configure the asconfig.json file. Click on this link to open the GitHub page, where additional information is provided. Scroll down, and you will find a link to a tutorial for creating an ActionScript project in VS Code that targets Adobe AIR for mobile. Click that link. Next, navigate to the Development Setup section. In the fourth step, you can find the content for the asconfig.json file. Copy that content. Be sure to create the asconfig.json file in the root directory of your project, and paste the copied content into it. Notice that as soon as we save the asconfig.json file, the main.as file shows an error because we haven't written any code yet. Additionally, you'll now have code intelligence enabled with this extension. So, let's dive into coding. We'll start by creating a package. Next, we'll write the main class, which should extend a display object container, like Sprite. After that, let's write the constructor code. And, in line with the tradition of Hello World programs, we'll begin by printing Hello World to the console. In ActionScript, we use the trace function to send output messages to the console. That's it, our main class is now ready. It's time to run the program for the first time. Oops. It seems we forgot to add the application descriptor. No worries, let's revisit the tutorial page once more. In step 7, you'll find instructions on creating an AIR application descriptor file. Simply copy the entire content provided. Now, create a new file named main.app.xml inside the source folder and paste the copied content into it. We must ensure that the version number mentioned in the namespace of the XML file always matches with the current AIR SDK version used in the project. In our case, it should be 50.2. Save the file, and run the program once more. Congratulations! You've successfully executed your first ActionScript project in VS Code. You can see Hello World printed in the debug console. Next, let's add a text field containing the text Hello World. We have now completed the Hello World tutorial for this ActionScript project. Before concluding, I'll also demonstrate how to configure the debugger for simulating iOS and Android mobile platforms. Click on Extensions, and select the extension, Debugger for SWF. In the Details section, you'll find additional examples, where you can locate a launch configuration to simulate an iPhone with a Retina display. You'll notice that, from our existing configuration in launch.json file, we only need to add 3 extra attributes: screen size, screen DPI, and version platform. Simply copy these attributes, and paste them into our launch.json file. Save the file, and proceed to run the program. Similarly, we can configure to simulate an Android phone. All we need to do is update the values for the attributes, screen size, screen DPI, and version platform. We don't have to change the configuration each time we switch platforms. Instead, we can simply store multiple debugger configurations and switch the debugger accordingly. Click on the Debugger tab at the bottom left of the editor. Oh, it appears that we have given same name for both the configurations. Let's name the configurations differently to make it easy to identify. Now, let's test iOS first. Next, let's switch to Android. So, that's it for this tutorial. I'll be posting more tutorial videos soon, so please like and subscribe to my channel. See you soon. Until then, goodbye.